I'm excited to announce the opening of a new Facebook community for the Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life podcast. And this is to get a group of like minded individuals to get together, to push themselves, to actually hold each other accountable, and to level up their lives. I talk about making a positive impact in the world, and this is how I'm hoping to do that. So, if you're interested in joining, jump on Facebook, look for Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life, and see if you can join the group. Otherwise, drop me a DM on Instagram at just.live.coaching and I'll send you the link. We're under this impression that winning is the best way we can learn, but that's actually false. Welcome to Master Your Mindset, Master Your Life, the podcast that empowers you to take back control of your life, unlocking your full potential and helping you become the best version of yourself. I'm Sanjay, and today we're diving into a topic that might sound counterintuitive, but trust me, it is the secret to success, and that is why failing is actually the best way to learn. It sounds weird, but it's actually true. It's been proven that we learn so much faster when we fail than when we actually succeed. But the problem is that it's been ingrained in us that failure is a bad thing. We've been told that actually to fail is a negative. But we feel that we should give up after failing because we struggle to see what the good in it is. We struggle to push past it. We think that if we fail, we are no good at something. But that's not true. If you are doing something for the first time and you fail, how do you expect to succeed on trying something that you've never done before? Why would you expect to succeed? If you have never done this thing before, why would you think that you are going to go into it straight away and master it on your first attempt? So let's start with the elephant in the room, the stigma around failure. Why do we often feel like throwing in the towel after a setback? We feel like that because we've been told to. We've been conditioned to think that failure is a bad thing. We've been convinced that actually when we fail, maybe it's showing us that we're not doing the right thing. Maybe we should do something else. We should move on to the next task. But actually what you'll notice is you will just move from one task to the next, just failing. Some things you'll fail miserably at, other things where you won't fail as much. And what you will actually find though is when you fail miserably, you will think, okay, this is definitely not for me. But in your heart, that may be the thing that could actually have changed your life. That could have been the thing that you were most passionate about, but because you failed spectacularly on your first attempt, that's it. You parked it. You thought that no more, I'm not going to do it again. So the one thing that lit you up the most, you just disregarded because on your first attempt you failed. But failure isn't the end. It's a pit stop on the road to success. Embrace it. It's a sign that you're on the path to something remarkable. You are learning along the way. So say you failed spectacularly and then you moved on to the next thing, and the failure actually felt like a stumble. It felt like just a small trip rather than a big fall. Then you think, actually, this isn't as bad in comparison, but maybe you then believe that this is the thing you're meant to do, but it doesn't light you up as much. It doesn't excite you as much. It isn't something as fulfilling as that first task, but because you didn't fail as badly, that's what you think you're meant to go for. But imagine a few years down the road, imagine you have a spectacular fail in that area. What then? You're going to then move on to the next thing. You're going to move on to the next challenge. And again, there will be a failure in that, and the next one, and the next one. But if you take these failures as endings, as signs that you shouldn't be doing it, then you are not going to stay with something for your whole life. You're going to keep buzzing from one flower to the next, seeing which one's good, which one suits you for the time being. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before successfully inventing the light bulb. He didn't give up. He knew that actually every failure was just one less way to fail in the future. In fact, some of the biggest people, some of the most successful people in the world, actually, they want to fail as fast as possible. They know they're going to fail. They know that failure is inevitable. So what they want to do is they want to fail quick. They want to fail hard, because then they can get that out the way and start moving on the right path to the destination that they know is in front of them. They know that success is at the end of the path, but the path is littered with failure along the way. So they want to fail fast. They want to fail as soon as possible, and they want to fail hard so that they can know what to avoid in the future. Failure is the express lane to learning. Why? Because it forces us to reassess, to reevaluate, and evolve. Studies show that our brains learn more from failure than it does from success. Failure sparks a neurological dance, let's call it, that carves new neural pathways. Your brain actually creates new connections when you fail, making us smarter and more resilient beings. And it only does that when we fail, because then it gives us something new to learn. So failing fast is not just a catchy phrase, it's actually a strategy for accelerated success. Rapid iterations fueled by lessons of failure, it can actually catapult us forward. It's not about avoiding failure, it's actually about failing fast so you can rise faster. It's not about falling off the horse, it's about getting back up and getting back on it. You'll notice this in a lot of startups. They'll actually put out a mediocre, say, app. First of all, let's talk about app developers. They'll put out a mediocre app and they'll use it as a kind of, as a test to see what is good and what is bad. They know that that app will fail, but then it gives them a sense of what they're aiming for. And behind all of this failure, the one thing that you need to have is a growth mindset, because it is essential in improving. And it can teach you about failure. So the growth mindset is like having a superhero cape for your brain, let's say. It actually turns failure from a roadblock into a stepping stone, because it sees the potential instead of the defeat. And it understands that the ability to progress and to change can be developed. It understands that actually you can grow from anything. And it sees these challenges as opportunities to prove yourself, to change yourself, to strengthen your skills. So the growth mindset is actually the key in embracing these failures. When you have a fixed mindset, that's what I was talking about at the beginning. That's when you'll see every failure as the end. That's it. You've got to move on to something new. That will hold you back. It's that growth mindset that will be the key to actually pushing yourself, achieving the success that you're capable of, becoming the person that you are meant to be, creating that business that you want, creating those relationships, becoming the parent that you know you can be, becoming that employee, becoming that friend that you want to be. So failing isn't falling down. It's falling forward. Each stumble is a lesson on this journey, and every setback is actually a setup for a spectacular comeback. As I said, the most successful people have failed spectacularly when reaching their pinnacle. For example, Walt Disney was fired for a lack of creativity. Oprah Winfrey was told she wasn't fit for television. Failure isn't a scarlet letter, it's a badge of honor. It's actually just a step to get you on your journey to success. So embrace that failure, relish the lessons, and keep charging forward. You are not defined by your stumbles. You are defined by your resilience. So keep failing forward. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this episode and got something from it, please let me know, leave me a comment, or drop me a DM on Instagram at just.live.coaching. My mission in 2024 is to make a positive impact on the world, and I sincerely hope you can help me do that by liking, by following and sharing this podcast with others. Remember, your mindset shapes your reality. You master it and you will master your life. Thank you.